Hello, B1 family, and welcome back to the YouTube channel, The Big Black American Secret. My name is Daniel Jackson, and today I'm going to talk to you about our inner slave. Because of the system of racism, white supremacy, every black person, no matter the black person, has an inner slave. The more pro-black you are, the smaller and smaller that inner slave is. And the goal should be to reduce the inner slave altogether. But it's like a daily process of purging that up out of us. Because, again, the system of racism, white supremacy, we have all been so indoctrinated due to a whole bunch of things, from our education system to television programs we grew up watching, just the whole system altogether. But I want to read the goal of this channel before I get into the subject. And this topic actually got me kicked off Facebook for 3 days. It's about Barack Obama. He had an interview with Bruce Springsteen about the subject of reparations, and it ties into what I'm going to talk to you about. But let me read the goal of this channel. The goal of this channel, which is to build an unstoppable army of knowledgeable melanated people in America and around the world that understand, as melanated people, we have one enemy worldwide, and that enemy is the system of racism, white supremacy. Our mission through education is to replace this evil system with a system of freedom, justice, and equality as laid out by Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. We will need your help in building this knowledgeable army. You can help by subscribing to this channel, by donating to this cause through Cash App or PayPal, and by sharing the videos you watch here and any knowledge that was shared. In doing so, together we help fertilize the mentally enslaved, colonized minds of melanated people worldwide, creating the perfect mental conditions for our children to grow up in a better, more balanced world. Dr. Frances Cress Welsing's video will be in the description. So please, after you watch this video, get your children, have some popcorn, and sit down and watch Dr. Frances Cress Welsing's video, because the whole goal is to destroy the system of racism, white supremacy. In order to destroy something, we must first understand it. Make sense? Okay, we're finna get into this. Here, let's do this. I'm gonna show you a picture, if I can, so that you know who I'm talking about. Here's Barack Obama, ex-president Barack Obama, and Bruce Springsteen. He's a famous musician. He's known for making that song "Born in the USA." You know that song. I don't know if that's country or what, but that's who that is. Okay, but him and President Barack Obama sat down for an interview, and I guess it's going to be on a podcast of his. It's going to be, spread out over a little bit. But I'm reading from this article from the Atlanta Black Star, and it was dated February 25th. And I guess this article was released February 22nd. So I'm going to be reading from that article. In the article, he says that when he was a kid, he broke a friend of his nose because the friend called him a coon. Now, what I said earlier before I read the goal of the channel is, every black person has an inner slave. That inner slave is also called an inner coon. Slave, coon, interchangeable. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm gonna read this article, and then we're gonna get into it and its importance in the system of racism, white supremacy. Okay, so and here's the title. Don't you ever call me something like that. Barack Obama tells Bruce Springsteen he broke his friend's nose after he called him a coon. Okay, former President Barack Obama punched a high school friend in the face after the friend called him a racial slur. He claimed during the second episode of the podcast series Renegades, Born in the USA, that was released February 22nd, and this is Barack Obama in quotes, I popped him in the face and broke his nose, Obama told singer Bruce Springsteen about the incident. The Spotify podcast features a series of conversations between Barack Obama and Springsteen about their lives and love of country in the face of America's challenge. In the second episode of the series entitled American Skin, Race in the United States, and during a conversation about the pair's separate encounters with people using racial epithets, Obama reflected on how he responded when a high school friend directed a racial slur at him. When I was in school, I had a friend. He played basketball. Well, we played basketball together. And one time we got into a fight and he called me a coon. The former president shared with Springsteen. Now, first of all, ain't no coons in Hawaii, he joked. He might not have known what a coon was, but what he knew was, I can hurt you by saying this. I guess the young white guy could hurt Barack Obama by calling him a coon. And I remember I popped him in the face and broke his nose. We were in the locker room and suddenly blood pouring down. It was just reactive. The former president said, the former president said the friend asked him why he punched him, and the young Obama responded, "Don't you ever call me something like that." Obama's story followed Springsteen's reflection about how Clarence Clemens, the late saxophonist for Springsteen's E Street Band, was mistreated because of race. Springsteen said Clemens was regularly the only black man in the room. Obama and Springsteen also discussed calls for reparations in a nation that has begun to re-examine race relations and the legacy of slavery since the death of George Floyd. Here we sit today where it feels like a reckoning is being called for, Springsteen said. Is the country ready to deconstruct its founding myths? I like how he said that. Its founding myths, because the way this country was founded was a lie taught to us in school. But we're not going to get into that, I don't think, today. Is this country prepared to consider reparations, do you think? This is what Springsteen's asking Obama, and here's Obama's response. Obama responded saying reparations is justified theoretically, without question, adding that a significant portion of the country was built on the backs of slaves. So he agrees with reparations. They built the house I stayed in for a while, meaning the White House, Obama said. However, he challenged the practicality of fully executing a plan for distributing reparations for descendants of slaves. Okay, so he challenges the practicality of executing a plan for distributing reparations for the descendants of slaves. Could you actually get that kind of justice? Obama questioned. Could you get a country to agree and own that history? And my judgment was that as a practical matter that was unattainable. I'm going to read that again. Could you actually get that kind of justice? Obama questioned. Could you get a country to agree and own that history? And my judgment was that as a practical matter that was unattainable. So Obama believes that receiving reparations is unattainable in this country for black people. Not unobtainable for Jews, not unobtainable for Japanese, unattainable for black people. I'm going to read on. What I saw during my presidency was the politics of white resistance. The talk of welfare queens and the talk of undeserving poor and the backlash against affirmative action. All that made the prospects of actually proposing any kind of coherent, meaningful reparation program struck me as politically not only a non-starter, but potentially counterproductive. So, President Barack Obama, when he was in office, he saw that white people, racist white people, they wasn't feeling black reparations. Okay, now I'm not gonna go further. I'm gonna just leave it there, and we'll add to this. But I just want to make sure I read the whole thing. But basically, what he was saying, the conversation it's not even a starter. The racist white people that he encountered and the things that he saw and personally observed, he's basically saying this country ain't ready to give black people reparations. Okay, the podcast series Renegade, Born in the USA, will feature 6 podcasts releases weekly exclusively on Spotify, and that's pretty much what that this podcast says. Now, I've got a huge problem with this. Huge problem. Because remember I was telling you about the inner slave, the inner coon that all black people suffer from in the system of racism, white supremacy? Well, Barack Obama is no exception. You understand? When it comes to reparations, why should black people give 0 fucks about how racist people feel about black people getting reparations? If Barack Obama was black first, he wouldn't give a care about this. But because his inner slave is so much bigger than his black identity, he cares a whole lot. Inner slave cares more about the feelings of the slave master than they care about the feelings of themselves or the people that they should care about. Need I remind you, his wife, his 2 daughters are black. What do I mean when I say that? Well, I mean his wife was born here in the United States of America, meaning his daughters are also from, they're Americans. He himself is not from the dirt of the United States of America. He's African, and he's mixed with European. So he's not tied to the struggle. You understand what I'm saying? And this is the problem with a lot of black people in high positions. Again, racism operates at its best when you put a black face on it. It hides. I mean, it works better when it's hidden. And we've always thought if you see a black person, then there must not be any problem with racism going on. We're finding out right now that that's not the case. It don't matter if a black person is in the head of something or is operating this or that. What matters is their philosophy. Are they black first? Black first. You understand what I'm saying? So Barack Obama's friend calling him a coon was spot on. Back in high school, whoever that was that called him a coon saw it in him strongly. And Barack Obama knows he's a coon also because he punched that dude, so he say, out of anger. You understand what I'm saying? So that is why it's so important for everybody to watch Dr. Francis Cress Welson's video that's in the description. We all must understand what this system of racism is and how it affects the black mind. Barack Obama, if anybody know him, please forward him this video because he needs to watch that video. His whole family needs to watch that video. We all need to get on board and understand what the system of racism, white supremacy is. Now, I'm going to tell you, some people, it's too late for them to make any transitional changes. If a large portion of your income comes from the white society, racist white people, then it's a good chance you're not going to take the chance of you losing income, because of self-preservation. You care more about your own personal well-being than you do the well-being of your people. You understand what I'm saying? You're not balanced. You care more about yourself than you care about your people. And that's not good. That makes you a Negropean and truly enough a coon. You feel what I'm saying? You need to be right here. You need to care about yourself and you need to care about your people equally. You understand what I'm saying? Because racism is a team sport. There's team white racist and there's team black. You understand what I'm saying? There ain't no two ways about that, people. Barack Obama has shown himself to be a coon. Now I gotta admit, he's a smooth coon. And while he was president, he said all the right things and he looked good on the screen. He maintained a good family presence and all of that. But that don't mean a hill of beans when you don't move the needle for black people. He only moved the needle for LBGT, XYZ, Q, and J, and V. You understand what I'm saying? He only moved the needle for fake Indians. And that's not fair. Your family members are black. Your decision's going to affect them long term. But you don't care about that. Because y'all making all the money in the world. White people greasing y'all palms real good. You figure y'all going to be straight. See what I'm saying? You care more about yourself than you do about your people. Not all skin folks is kin folks. You understand what I'm saying? And we have to pay close attention, people. They're putting buffer classes in place here in America. You'll see a lot of foreign melanated people coming to America and getting into positions of power. Like even right now, the vice president, Kamala Harris, she's not 100% from here. Her people are foreigners. You see what I'm saying? Because they know that these people really don't give a shit about black people. They look black, so they're getting ready to pull off the illusion that there's no racism. You put Kamala Harris in the forefront as vice president, then, we must have achieved something when we have achieved nothing. Remember, Barack Obama was in the White House for 8 years. And he, you couldn't get him to say the words reparations. I'm surprised he was involved in this conversation. You understand what I'm saying? But I am glad he was being honest. Because I was confused about it. I'm like, okay, well, Barack Obama's in office. Black people should get some headway. We should at least get some reparations. Then nothing happened. Nobody said nothing. And so I'm thinking, well, maybe he's scared if he do try to get reparations for black people, maybe they'll kill him, and maybe he's so afraid that he don't even want to try it. And I get that. That could happen. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to tell you like this. Some things worth dying for. Some things worth dying for. You feel what I'm saying? Now, so I thought maybe he would if he wasn't afraid he's going to die. But come to find out that wasn't the case at all. And then I thought, well, maybe nobody told him that black people wanted reparations. Maybe we just didn't mention it, so he didn't even think to push for it. No, that's not the case. Dr. Claude Anderson personally delivered a reparations package to the White House. You understand what I'm saying? Completely ignored. You understand what I'm saying? So Barack Obama does not care about reparations for black people at all. At all. He cares more about how white people are going to feel if you do something for black people. You didn't care about that, how all black people was concerned about what you do for the LGBTQ and XYZ community. You didn't care about how they feel about the Jewish people getting reparations. You understand what I'm saying? So for you to have black skin and black children and a black wife, I'm very disappointed at you, ex-President Barack Obama. I hope you get a chance to right this wrong. I hope you get a chance to right this wrong, because we so much want to love you as being a president for all of us. You understand what I'm saying? Because you have not shown that you are the president of black people. You've strongly shown that you're the president of everybody else, and that's not a good look, brother. That's not a good look, brother. You got to do better. We got to shame you into doing better. If y'all know Barack Obama, send him this video. You understand what I'm saying? If you know Michelle, his wife, send her this video, because it's wrong. It's wrong. We did not put you in office for you to treat us this way. You understand what I'm saying? You just pissed on a whole lot of people, and that's wrong. And hopefully you'll find a way to fix this. But anyway, the goal in this video is to teach my people, to point y'all in the direction of the system of racism, white supremacy, and how it confuses the black mind. You own the right channel. The name of this YouTube channel is The Big Black American Secret. And the secret is, you are an Aboriginal American. You are not a West African slave. You never have been. Okay? subscribe to this channel, like this channel, hit the bell, and hit all to be notified when I go live or upload new videos. I also teach. There's a $49 package. It's video information. It's over 100 hours. It'll get you caught up. It gets into documents from the 1400s to 1500s. Excuse me, and it tells you the truth about how your identity was stolen. I'll also provide a coaching class. It's the same video material, but it comes with personal coaching. We'll meet 4 times, once a week for about an hour. So we'll meet 4 times for 1 hour each week. And in this coaching class, I'll hold your hand and I take you through this material. And this is the same material I was exposed to and I went through after learning about doing my own personal genealogy and talking to my oldest relatives. You understand what I'm saying? And my goal is that you get caught up on speed as to who you truly are and you understand it, and that you get comfortable enough and talk to your oldest living relatives or do your own genealogy. Look at your documents in your family's past, like birth certificates, marriage certificates, death certificates, voter registration cards. All of these things are microfiched and they're stored in places like libraries in certain counties where your people used to live. You understand? It is so important that all of these old lies be dissolved, because we have a lot to do. You understand what I'm saying? And so if we do not all start to understand the system of racism, white supremacy, nothing will change. In fact, things can start to go backwards. Could you imagine if Barack Obama was like 100% for black people? I ain't saying he shouldn't done. He should. Barack Obama should have done exactly what he done. I'm glad that he did everything he did for the LGBTQ community. I'm glad he did what he did for the Indians and the Jewish people. But he also should have done for black people, because that was not fair. You can't cut that cake no other way but that. It wasn't fair. It wasn't equitable. And now, from his own words, now I know why he did not, to some degree. He said it from his own words. He was more concerned about how racist white people would be affected about the subject of reparations, and that reason, and for that reason, he chose not to even mention it or talk about it or pursue it at all. Something like this, you can't wait for white people to be okay with it, because it ain't got nothing to do with them. This is a debt that's owed and it must be paid. It's the right thing to do. It's only fair. This is not a handout. This is a debt that must be paid. So for me to be concerned that the person who owed a debt or the descendants of the people who owed a debt don't want to pay it and feel uncomfortable about it, damn them. Why I gives a shit about what they feel or care about? You just write the executive order, take care of what you need to take care of, and let's keep it moving. That's how it's supposed to be. Please forward this video to Barack Obama. Please forward this video to Kamala Harris. Please forward this video to whoever needs to see it or hear it in the White House. Black people are sick and tired of being played with. Y'all dance all around the subject of reparations for black people. You want to tell us that paying off some of our student loan, oh, that's reparations. No, the hell it ain't. Reparations is cutting a check. You understand what I'm saying? It ain't. You don't tell us what reparations is. We tell you what it is, and you do it. The government works for us. It's not the other way around. We don't work for the government. Y'all got this shit twisted. You got to take your heads about your asses and cut the checks. You understand what I'm saying? We ain't playing with y'all. We care about how racist white people feel about black people getting reparations. That's the stupidest shit in the world. That is absolutely the stupidest shit in the world. Anyway, let me get back to the topic, because I get real upset about certain things, and this is one of them. People, again, we all have an inner slave. And I'm going to tell you a few things that feed this inner slave. Completely believing our American history stories. Believing in the lies of religion. Believing strongly in our political systems. All of these things feed the inner slave. because all of the systems I just mentioned are flawed systems, and they cares not one iota about you, the people. Our educational system was put in place not to educate us per se. It is put in place to document. I mean, to indoctrinate us. You feel me? So, in this instance, yeah, Barack Obama, you was a coon. And again, they kicked me off Facebook for 3 days because I talked about this on Facebook, or I commented about it, and I said, in fact, Barack Obama, I'm upgrading you to a super coon or something. I said, because it's just unreal that you care more about what white people think than you care about black people. That's just it's unheard of. Yeah, that's some coon activity, and your friend called you out right about it. You know, so this ain't gonna be a long video. I just want to come out and reach out to you about this article because a lot of people are confused, were confused, and are still confused about why Barack Obama did not address the situation of reparations. And now that his boy is in the White House, and if his boy feels the same way he feels, then Joe Biden is going to dance around the subject as well. Everything else is going to come in before our needs, and we can't allow that to happen. We already dropped the ball by allowing Biden into the White House without promises of reparation. We seriously dropped the ball at people, and y'all was all afraid that we got to get Trump out of office. We had him. Yeah, he was a lunatic and he needed to come out of there, but we should have gotten guarantees first. And we won't make that same mistake twice, because Biden has not. He's danced around this subject. They having his HR 40 meetings, which means nothing. Racism in America, reparations in America, does not need to be studied. No. Y'all didn't study on the reparations for Japanese people. Y'all didn't hold a HR 40 meeting on reparations for the laws that they passed for the LGBTQYZXQ community. You know what I'm saying? So all of this is a stall tactic, to throw black people off and get us thinking about something else. No, this ain't going away. This is not going away. Reparations will help repair for lost labor during slavery. You understand what I'm saying? There's a whole lot of other things that need to be addressed, but we will start there. We will start with reparations for lost labor during slavery. So please hear me loud and clear, people. This subject is not going away at all. And if Biden thinks he's slick, he's gonna try to put a buffer class in America, which means these Mexican people and Chinese people, because that's what he's looking to do. The reason he is trying to get in good with the Spanish-speaking Mexican people is so that they could become a larger voter bloc, so that he does not have to depend on our voting power. But that ain't gonna work, Biden, because you know why? A majority of Mexicans and Spanish-speaking people are Republican in their heart. They could really give two shits about democratic ideologies, and I don't know if you know that or not. I don't know if you know that or not. You know what I'm saying? So by you focusing real heavy on Spanish and the people and the Chinese people, trying to get them to be a stronger voting bloc, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. You're wasting your energy and time. And we know the trick you pulling. Please forward this video to the White House, because Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, they need to know that we are hip to their games. So it's simple. Stop telling us what you think we need. Open up your ears and listen. We done told y'all what we want. Just write the executive order, make it happen. Simple. 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 Y'all make repairs for everything else. Stop making excuses. Make repairs for the people who built this country, whose country this truly belongs to, I might add. I ain't gonna get all into that in this video, but subscribe to this channel, like this channel, hit the bell, subscribe. Also, you can support this channel through Cash App and PayPal, because again, we have to destroy this evil system of racism, white supremacy, and the only way we can do that is through education. Black people do not know the hell they're being put under on an everyday basis. The amount of stress and pressure that this system is causing you. Because this system wants you to believe that all of your problems are caused by your lack of not doing what you're supposed to do, not getting the right education. That if you got a better education, if you work harder, and that's just not the case. This system will parade successful entertainers on TV and make you think that if you would be like them, that you would be successful, and that's not the case. Those people are tools for the system of racism, white supremacy. They are tools. And here's proof of that. You got white people who may work a regular job, but they also have additional income from unearned assets, from land that they stole from melanated and black people in the South or all over this country. Income property that pays them thousands and thousands of dollars every year. This is money they didn't earn or work for. This is stuff that was stolen from your ancestors and mine. This is what reparations goes to fix and make a balance. That's why, what is it? The average white family, they say assets is like $100,000, and the average black person assets is $20,000. That's a big gap. And this is why. Every successful black town during Reconstruction was destroyed because of white rage, jealousy, and the fact that those white people wanted to steal the property from black people. All of those things need to be repaired. We need the true history. You on the right channel. I want you to join this channel, get caught up on the information, and again, you can support the channel and the cause through Cash App and PayPal. The information is in the description, but we put these people in office to help us to do the right thing. But when we realize that they have the inner slave in them is bigger than their black ideology, then we have to rethink these things. Before we put these people in office, we need to know where they stand on black issues. And I mean really stand. I ain't talking about you ask them 1 or 2 questions. No, we need to see your track record. Are you black first? Are you black first? And at this point, it's not a crime to be black first. Being black first don't mean you're not going to look out for everybody. No, black first means you know right now that we have been grossly mistreated. So therefore, our attention, every politician's focus need to be on black issues. You fix black people's issues, automatically everybody else's issues would be, everybody else really ain't got too many issues. They straight. Let's fix us. Okay what I'm saying? We put you in office, you take care of our needs. You know what I'm saying? We didn't take care of the situation with the quid pro quo with this presidency, but we will in the next election. You better believe that. We looking at you tight. We looking at you real close. Matter of fact, we got you under a magnifying glass, Joe Biden. We got you under a magnifying glass, Kamala Harris. We seeing how you move. And so far, you've been very disappointing. You've wrote executive orders for a whole bunch of things. Pick up your pen and write another executive order for reparations. Do the right thing. On that note, I'm going to end this video. Again, join the channel, hit subscribe, like, and hit the bell icon for all. And also take the classes. Learn about your indigenous, aboriginal heritage, as stated in the Google this definition, 1828 definition of America. Before you do that, find a 1-cent copper penny that matches the color of the back of your hand. You're going to be surprised at what you find. Again, that's the year 1828 definition of American. And then ask yourself, why was the definition hidden? Because if you just Google American, you won't see that. People, you've been viciously lied to. And it's time for you to get hip on all the lies so that your children will know who they are and what belongs to them. And on that note, I'm going to end this video. Thank you for watching. Please do Share this video. You know, you are part of the new black media. If you share the video, you become part of the distribution channel of this information. We don't have black news medias that's 100% B1. The old black media, we can't count on those folks. And people who have been given the nod and the wink from white supremacy, they can't afford to be 100% black first. Places, people like Byron Allen, Tyler Perry, because they're afraid they're going to lose what they already have. But here's what they don't understand. If you support black people, we are more numerous than them peoples. You will actually make more money by focusing on our needs and really becoming a legend for your people. You understand what I'm saying? Than these white racist people. You know? Now, here, I'm going to tell you, to me it seems like this. And I said I was going to end, but I'm going to go a little further. It seems to me that when your inner slave, you got an inner slave inside you, like for the likes of, let's say, Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey. Your inner slave wants to be so close to white people so much that you don't want to offend them. And therefore, you don't speak on the issues of your people to any real extent. You won't speak the truth with conviction because you're afraid you're going to offend your white daddy or massa. You got to rethink that. You got to want to purge that up out of you. Why would you want to continue to be a mental slave? You understand what I'm saying? If you truly the master and of your own destiny, and you have some pride in who you are, and you've got a lot of money, prove it's your money. Do with it what you want to do. Be free with your shit. You can later on do projects for everybody, but at least cut out a little chunk of your empire to focus on real issues for black people. I'm telling you, the black grassroots, which is what this is, we can't be stopped and we won't be stopped, but you folks going to be on the wrong side of history. You folks going to be on the wrong side of history. And that's going to be sad. So Oprah Winfrey, Barack Obama, Michelle Obama, Tyler Perry, please watch the video of Dr. Frances Cress Welsing in the description of this video. Get up to date on the system of racism, white supremacy. Because I believe you are being used without your knowledge. Because if you knew what I knew, you would be upset about these things. You understand what I'm saying? That's the only thing I can see it. That you are an unwitting participant in the demise of your own people. And I don't believe you want to be that person. I don't believe you want to be that person. So please, prove me right. Be brave enough, be strong enough to watch that video all the way through, Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. And prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Get on the right side of history, please, today. This is important. People, share this out. If you know anybody who I've mentioned, you know somebody who know them, because there's what they say is 6 degrees of separation between any two people. Share this video. Share this video out to them and say, hey, get this to that man, get this to that woman. They need to see this. You understand what I'm saying? And my goal ain't to hurt anybody's feelings. But if your feelings are hurt, it's probably a reason. I mean, there's some truth in there that's need attending to. You need to fix that. You need to fix that, okay? And I'm talking to you in love, because we all are brothers and sisters. We melanated brothers and sisters, okay? Now, I'm gone for real this time. Y'all enjoy the rest of your time. Peace out.